Welcome back to another week, and I am super excited for this week because, yes, all this wood behind me is going to be turned into a kitchen. So I'm really interested to see how it is going to turn into a kitchen. So let's see. But in the meantime, while I'm waiting for the builders to arrive, outside there's another little job that well, not little, quite no quite a big job that I want to do, and it is on this piece of land here behind me. I don't know if you can see, but there is, let me put the camera near, there is lots and lots of rocks here, and originally I was going to cover this up some more, which I am going to cover it up with a bit more of the soil, but I have decided that I don't want all these rocks. So I am going to pick up all these rocks and put them in the pile that is going to be taken away from here at some point. I have cleaned up this granite area here. Well, I'm in the process of cleaning it. It's at different stages. And it is actually beautiful. You can see this. But where the builders, not only my builders, but the builders before who are here, who are using concrete, have been using this area to mix concrete on. And you can see that this concrete is covering the beautiful granite stone. You can see there's bits here that are loose. And yeah, so I need to, I think over time it's going to come off, but you can see here that when I dig, yeah, that is going to remove this, gradually the surface layer of that concrete, I think, is going to come off. I'm hoping that's going to happen anyway, because it looks pretty ugly with it on here. And I really would like to expose all of this beautiful granite again. And the other thing, because when I first came here, all of this was covered with a huge amount of sand, so I didn't see all of this. Now all the sand is gone. And I was looking at the brickwork of the house here, and there are areas like here that I started to dig down in. Here is like granite, so that's great. All this is granite, but there are areas here that need repairing. And also they use concrete. Look at that. Isn't that awful? They use concrete when they rebuilt this side of the wall, and so I am going to have to take all of this concrete out, and it goes up the entire, well, I think up to this point here. Higher up there, you can see the difference in the colour. They use lime mortar, but on this lower bit, they've used concrete. So all of that's going to have to come out at some point. And all of these stones here, all of this needs to come out because there's a lot of soil in here, and then that's why there is this then. Look at that size of that root in there. That needs to come out. And yeah, this here is pure soil. So I need to dig down here and find out how far the stone's actually going down, and if how the stone is looking, for the foundation as well, just to make sure that it's all good. So that's a big job for the future, and repointing all of these walls here as well.
No, just leave your end now. Let's clear this one up. Where are we now? Yep, we good there? So what? Let me just keep that one a bit like that. What you got there now?
Touch your hand about to the side.
I've set up a little bit of shade out here so that I can do some repotting. So let me show you. Actually, first of all, the sunflowers don't need repotting. I need to put them in the garden somewhere, so I've got to find a place for them. But all these other little guys here, they seem to have stopped growing. Well, they're growing a bit more, but I think they need more space. So I'm going to put the smaller ones, because they're not quite ready to go in the big bed yet. I'm going to put them into these pots so that they can grow more in the pots, and then when they're growing strong, then I'll put them over there in the vegetable bed, which actually, while I'm here, I'll show you, because everything is starting to grow nicely now. So these are the covey cabbages that I was given, so I've just got a couple of those because I don't really eat too many of those in the summer. And then my lettuces, although I planted them all at the same time, they are all different sizes. That's the biggest one, and then there's a really small one just there. But actually that's going to be really good because they won't all be ready at the same time. And what I really need to do is plant some more now so that I don't run out once I start eating more salad. And the other ones that I'm going to plant now as well are the cosmos, these ones here, so they're doing okay. And I did plant some more in here, but they're not ready to go out yet. So yeah, I'm going to plant these ones in the bed here. Just put some tiles first at the bottom of these pots because they've got lots of holes in. So I don't want all the soil to fall out. And then I have got a bit of mulch. And actually, I have not got enough tiles to go in this one. So I need to go and find some more tiles. think they'll be a lot happier in these pots. This is the coriander, this is the basil, and this is the salad bowl. Let's see how they grow. While the kitchen build is going on and the tiling in the bathroom, I am outside here and I'm going to use these old pieces of tree branches to make a support for my tomato plants. I've just tripping over my tomato plants that are growing very well here, so I want to put them into this bed here. So firstly I'm going to make this support. Okay, so I'm happy with that. It's pretty sturdy-ish. Actually, maybe it could fall that way, potentially. So, okay. Just put another stone. What I might do actually is tie it back from here to a stone on the floor. That will give it more support. I'll do that afterwards. Right, so this end. This end. I have this one, but it's oopsie, pretty big. Yeah, I'm not going to use that one. I think it's too big. So let me see what I can do with. Yeah.
Have you got a wine bottle? Anywhere?
Have I got a wine bottle? Now, the answer to that question. Jamie just asked me about having a wine bottle, which strangely I don't have. Well, not strangely. In my old life, I always used to have wine in the house, but I find if I have wine in the house, then of course I drink it more than I should. So I only really buy it here when I'm in the supermarket and I'm feeling like I want a glass of wine. So the reason why he's asking that is because we're building a wine rack in the space there, because we had about 11 centimeters spare space. So in that spare space, a good idea was to put a wine rack. So I suppose, how big's a bottle? Maybe you could get 2 bottles. If it's 11 centimetres, you'd get 2 bottles. I'm not sure. So, right, what am I doing here? I like the system how I did before, where I'm propping, where it's giving some force against the other. So I just need to find a way to position them. So it has, oh, I just broke a bit. So it has some kind of force. Now, how's that going to work with, because I also need to be careful because I want to put like a pole across the top there. Right, let me explain what I've done. So, I have the sticks, I've propped them up with stones, and I have planted my tomato plant. I have put on this piece of pipework on the top because it's really light and that will help for when the tomatoes grow. Sadly, I wasn't looking what I was doing when I was over here doing the posts over here, and I broke off the top of my tomato plant. So there's a little bit growing there, just not that bit, that's the stick that's growing, but here. Anyway, so I'm not going to plant it at the moment. I'm going to see if it actually does anything and grow. I just probably need to go and buy another tomato plant, but they've taken quite a while to get to this size. So probably need to buy a bigger one. They're not expensive, so I can do that. But I just don't like that when I do things like that. Yeah, so the vegetable garden is evolving. This is how the kitchen is looking after the first day of building it. And just there, I don't know if you can see there, this is for wine bottles. And yeah, so this is just the carcasses, so it doesn't look anything really at the moment, but that's how far we've got. And then in here, the bathroom floor is pretty much tiled. Can't really see, these are quite rough tiles, so I won't be slipping on them. And the tiles that I'm going to be using on the wall are these tiles here. They're not going to go that way, they're going to go this way round, but I've got to work out with the patterning how that's going to be on the wall, so we've got to sort that out tomorrow. It's very exciting. I didn't have to even buy these tiles. These tiles were already here at the house, so it's great that I can, reuse them, and they're pretty posh, I think. These are my tiles for the bathroom. 3 tiles because they were already here. But what I've had to do, and it took me quite a long time, like a good hour and a half, to basically sort out the different designs and then put the design into a design, if that makes sense. But there wasn't enough to do the same in the whole way around the bathroom. So each wall is going to be different, but that's okay because you don't see like the wall that's going to be inside the shower. You won't see it from obviously outside. So yeah, this is going to be the wall that's going to be inside the shower. So this actually is using 2 types of tile. This is going to be this one here, which is going to be like this pattern here, which is going to be on the inside of this wall here. And then this one will be the big wall. Yeah, so I got that wrong. So the small tiles will be on the side wall there, and then these ones will be on the inside of this wall here. And I've used three different tile designs in this one. So I'm very excited to get this up on the wall. I decided to plant my sunflowers down here at the bottom of the garden because it gets a lot of sun down here, and actually the soil is really good here. So they're not looking so healthy at the moment because they were pot bound, but I'm hoping I've mulched them all in nicely. They're going to do really well. And this is a vine that I planted here that I bought from the other house, and that's doing nicely. I've also now mulched in around my sweet peas because they weren't doing so good. They were looking pretty dry. And so now they've got some mulch, nice mulch around them. This one's doing particularly well here. Yeah, hopefully they'll grow a bit quicker now. And quite a few of the vines now have the beginnings of the grapes coming. This one is like loaded up. I also have a boot full of floor tiles. And they are so heavy. I can't believe how heavy they were. 21 boxes, and I had to help the guy put them in there because they're not really supposed to do it. So I helped put them all in there. It was a bit back-breaking, I have to say. And I'm not going to show you what they're like at the moment. I'm going to leave that for a surprise. It is an absolutely bonkers day here today. I've got so many people here doing so many different things. So I'm just going to take you around to show you what's happening today. So we have the build of the kitchen continuing in here. And I'm going around the outside so that... And over here we have the delivery of the wood, which is going to be burnt, and this is the wood that's going to be a feature on the bathroom wall. And then in this room here is Gary, who is continuing with the tiling. Oh no, I've showed you the tiling on the floor now. That was a mistake. Oh well. This is the wood effect tiling that's being done on the floor. Actually, you can't really see the colour very well, but it blends really nicely with the colour of the wall. And then I have Andre, the electrician, who's making a big mess as normal. Who's finishing off things electrical here, tidying everything up. So it's a bit of a madhouse here today. It is the end of the week. Well, it's Friday about 6 o'clock and I am absolutely knackered and my body is aching this week. I don't know, I just feel like I have done so many things. And I've just finished cutting the grass here at the back in the vineyard. And yes, so this weekend I am not going to be working. I'm taking it off because Monsanto has its Festival of the Castle. But not only that, it is theme orientated around the House of Dragons, or Game of Thrones, if you know that. And so there is going to be so many crazy things going on there with knights, and I don't know, I read about, fire celebrations and I don't know, the arrival of the king and something to do with the 7 kingdoms, and so it's going to be crazy up there. So what I decided to do, because it's like starts on Saturday afternoon, goes through to really late on Saturday night, like when I say late, like 1, 2 in the morning, and then all starts up again on Sunday, and because of the access up there, there's one sort of small road going up there, and it would be crazy busy with cars parking. I have decided to treat myself, and I booked myself a little house there actually, and I'm going to be staying up on the top of the Monsanto, which actually is, I can move actually, and you'll be able to see behind me. So like, yeah, up there. And yeah, so I am going to obviously be taking video while I'm up there. I'm going to see how much of Monsanto I can show you, but I think it's just going to be crazy busy with people, but I'll see. But obviously I will share some of what goes on up there as well. And yeah, so let me just give you a quick tour then of how we are ending the week this week. And thank you for watching, and I will see you all back here again next Sunday. Don't forget to like. Bye. So here in the kitchen area, there is my oven. It's not working yet, but I'll show you my oven. I really like it. It's very rustic looking. Well, I can't actually open it at the moment, but I love the look of it. And so it's not ready for painting yet. It's all still just being fitted out, and yeah, so not really much more to say about that. That's just where the sink's going to be. And the washing machine is going to go here in this cupboard here. And the electrician fitted all of my sockets. So I have all my power sockets. So they are now working. I have live electricity in the house. And look, this is my little box here, I guess. Okay. There we go. It's all my little switches to power the house. The meter's actually outside. And light switches. Oh yes, I just walked past those. Light switches here, but I haven't got any lights on at the moment because I wasn't quite ready with them. I have them, and also the other thing is there's so much dirt and dust still going on in here. I didn't want to put nice lights up and then we're covered in dirt and dust. And there is my washing machine, new washing machine. That is such a luxury for me. And then in here, this is how far we've got with the floor. So just this part to go. And yes, the beautiful wood turned up for in here. Okay. And that will be happening, I think, next week. So that will be exciting. And yeah, I really get the feel now that we're in the finishing stages. Although there's still lots of bits to do, but it's coming along so quickly. And I am so looking forward to seeing what happens next week.